Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Your Marketing Strategy Elevated. Now, what we're going to do in this episode is show you how I actually work on content for client websites utilizing and leveraging AI and specifically ChatGPT. So I'm just going to give you a little window into how I develop content for clients. And I'm not saying that this is the best way or the right way. This is just my way. And hopefully you can glean some expertise and some tips and some things that will help you in your own business along the way. And if you need help with content for your own projects, just let me know. But you've got a window into how I do it. So let's get started. All right. So, first thing, I am going to share with you a little bit about the client. So, the client is a company that upcycles sands for golf courses. And the benefit to golf courses is that through upcycling sand rather than replacing sand, they save a lot of money. Now, what I'm going to do is share my screen and jump over to ChatGPT and then also to the document that the client sent back to us. So, normally, when we start a website project where we're writing content, we send a pretty detailed questionnaire of things for the client to consider and think about in terms of content. And then we're not asking the client to write the content. That's what we do. We produce the content for the website. We leverage ChatGPT to help us. The cool thing about ChatGPT is that we would normally have to do the research because I am not an upcycling sand expert. The client doesn't want to write the content. The client is the upcycling sand expert. So normally we would have to go do some research in Google and read through several websites just to see what that industry looks like, the language they use, and things like that. With ChatGPT, it makes our job a lot faster. Now, the quality of the output on the content is still dependent on my ability to question ChatGPT, which you're going to see as we go through this. But it's also dependent on my ability to consider what makes a great headline for a paragraph. What makes a headline great for a bulleted list? What makes a great above the fold hero area where we specifically define the problem we solve and how that benefits the customer? And then it also is very dependent on my expertise in analyzing what ChatGPT comes up with in terms of SEO for Google specifically. So I'm just going to give you a window into my process. This is going to be in real time. So there is nothing staged here. I have no idea the results that I'm going to get to start. So I just come on the ride with me and hopefully it all works out. It will. I'm confident. All right. So sharing my screen. All right. So I have got the document up that the client sent to me. Don't worry about reading this. I'm just going to talk you through the process here. Essentially, this client is going to have a website that's got a homepage, a page about the sand saver, which is the actual sand washing machine, a page about their business story, and a page about other applications related to the sand saver, and then a contact us page. Now, he's defining it as a contact us page, but we always recommend having your contact information on every single page on the website. So when we design this website, every single page is going to have the contact information, how to reach him in a common area, the same area on every page. The contact us page is actually going to be a request form where someone can request a quote or request more information. I'm going to jump over really quick to ChatGPT. Believe I have it up already. Now, I'm in ChatGPT and this is our agency account. And I'm going to start a new client thread. So I'm going to train ChatGPT on the specifics of this client. Now, when you do this for yourself, you want to make sure you're in GPT-4 it likes to default to ChatGPT 3. ChatGPT 4 is a paid plan. I think it's $20 a month right now. It's very worth it because it also gives you access to the web, which is really important. And it gives you a lot of other features too. But you can jump on one of my AI training webinars for that. So we're just going to dive into how I start the content creation process for a client's website. So the very first thing I'm going to do, I want ChatGPT to name this thread for me. So I'm just going to say, this is a new thread for Sand Saver. So I'm going to hit enter. And so it's going to say, great, let's dive in. And it's going to name the thread Sand Saver. If you look over on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see it says create compelling sand something. I'm going to rename it because I really just want it to be Sand Saver. And I'm taking out the word content just because we're doing some other things for Sand Saver too. It's not just content. So I want to, as I'm training this thread about Sand Saver, this thread is going to remember everything that I tell it about this company so that when we come back, if we're doing other marketing pieces, if we're trying to write headlines for them for future ads, if we're doing social media, anything like that, it's going to remember what I've taught it. So the first thing that I want to do is tell it that we're building website content for this client. His customers are golf courses all over the USA. I do know that for sure. I am not 100% sure if his clients are nationwide, but I will find that out and then we can adjust the content from there. But again, this is just going to be a draft. Okay. So I want him to know his customers are golf courses all over the USA. Specifically, he deals with um, directors of golf and golf course superintendents. And I spelled that wrong, but ChatGPT figures it out, but it's going to bug me looking at it. So I'm just going to fix it. Okay. So we've got his ideal clients. I'm going to say, I have some information from this client related to what he would like to see on the website. This is very rudimentary. So we want to really beef up live, right? Beef up the content for a few different purposes, for a few different reasons. One, SEO. We want the site to rank well. Two, we want customers or we want prospects to request information and or the quote. So calls to action are important. Telling it that right up front. I want calls to action all over the place. And three, we want to position his company as the go-to expert in this industry. All right. So I've got some basics here. All right. Now it still doesn't know what pages we're going to do, but I'm just going to go ahead and hit enter from here. And I'm going to see what ChatGPT comes back with. And then before I dive in and give more information, I want to talk to you about a couple of other things regarding custom instructions that are already programmed in to our ChatGPT account. as far as how we want language presented, how we want information framed for websites. We have pre-trained this. So I will come back to that though. So let's just see what ChatGPT comes back with. All right. Fantastic work with the niche market. That's great. It understands we're looking at SEO, strong calls to action, and positioning the company as an industry expert. So, first of all, it's telling me a little bit about Sandsaver's value proposition. So, before diving into the content, we need a clear understanding of what sets Sandsaver apart. What are the key benefits and features? How does it solve specific problems for golf courses? This information is crucial for creating content that resonates. Now, let me just stop right here and tell you that if you were following exactly what I'm doing, you would not get this result. And the reason why is because I have trained our chat GPT around how I want it to think and how I want it to return information to me. So one of the things that I trained ChatGPT in advance for is that I specifically told it in my agency's custom instructions that if it needs answers to certain questions that we have not yet provided, we want it to come back and ask us those questions so that we can get the best possible result. So that's what you're seeing right here. If I had not provided those custom instructions, it most likely would not have done this. Now, it hasn't written any content yet, right? Because I haven't really guided it on what I want. I'm just teaching it about the client. So now it's telling me SEO optimization. We want to look at keyword research. We want to look at potential content for blogs because blogs are really going to help from the SEO standpoint. And then local SEO, focusing on local SEO strategies because golf courses will likely search for solutions within the region. So we want to keep that in mind. Now, in his case, he does serve nationwide. So we'll have to evaluate that as we go. There's some strategies around, but really, I'm just wanting to work on content for the website right now. So engaging and persuasive content. So it says we want a problem solution format. Now, again, this comes from my pre-training of ChatGPT and our custom instructions because our agency uses a story brand approach, which is really addressing first the problem that you solve for your ideal customer, how you solve it, and then what life looks like for the customer after you've done that. So it has regurgitating back to me. We're going to look at a problem solution format. Then, because I said I want to position him as the go to expert, it's saying we want testimonials and case studies. And then we also want educational content. And then strong calls to action is regurgitating back to me visible and compelling calls to action. So in the content, it understands that I'm looking for that. And then it's suggesting that we add lead magnets, which we're going to. So we're going to write those eventually. And then interactive elements like maybe a cost calculator. It's just giving me some ideas of some things that would benefit the customer, keep them on our site longer, and be useful to them. And then analytics. So it's giving me, okay, put Google Analytics in there. So I know that. So final thoughts, creating a narrative that connects with directors of golf and superintendents, addressing their needs and pain points will be key. So we know that. So now it says, ready to start crafting content? Or do you need more specific examples or assistance in any area? And it's getting cute here. Let's tee off this project with a clear plan that drives towards success. I like that. Okay. So now I have information from the client. I know what the pages are. We're going to say we've got a home page, a Sandsaver page, an our story page, and other applications. I'm just to start with, I'm going to take all of this stuff that the client sent and I'm going to use it to train ChatGPT on what this client does. So I'm going to tell it this client sent me a Word document that has the site's pages outlined and just a little bit of content around each. Again, we need to really beef this up for SEO, and we need to write it. I cannot type in such a way that it really drives the user to action. Now, here's the content. And then I'm going to say, by the way, here's a little trick. On desktop, if you hit the enter key, that actually sends the prompt to ChatGPT. I don't want to send the prompt. I want to add a little more to it. So if you hold down the shift key and hit enter, then what it does is it just moves the line down. So I'm actually going to tell it, don't start writing until I specifically tell you to. Instead, give me an outline of the pages from the document and the content you would recommend to meet our goals for each page. All right. So now I'm going to hit shift enter again, and I'm going to control V to paste in the content. Let's see what it comes back. So based on the provided content, here's an outline. So it starts with the homepage. And now it's saying we want a hero section with a compelling headline and a high quality image of the sand saver in action. We want an introduction of what the sand saver is, focusing on its unique selling proposition, like cost effectiveness and ease of operation. The benefits, highlight the top benefits such as washes away I don't know what fines is, and contaminants, refreshes your bunker sand, call to action, testimonials, and endorsement. And then it gives me an outline of the second page, the third page, and the fourth page, and the fifth page. Okay. A lot of amateurs would just come in and say, give me content for all 5 pages in one fell swoop. But this is not going to yield the best result. It is not the best approach. We are going to focus solely on the homepage first because we want to get everything right. First of all, the hero section is the top section above the page. And so we want to write a compelling headline that addresses the problem that's solved for the customer, how we solve it, and what life looks like for the customer after it's solved. So we want to make sure that's all in there. And then under the introduction, it says briefly introduce what Sand Saver is. So yes, we'll do that. But from the story brand framework, and again, this is where expertise comes in to drive the results that ChatGPT gives you. We actually want um, ChatGPT to come back and give us some pain points. Like you are having to replace sand X number of times at your golf course, and it's costing this much money, and you shouldn't have to do that because there's a better solution. So there's things like this. These are things that uh, golf course superintendents and landscapers, greenskeepers, maintenance that they're frustrated with and having to do to their sand traps. But Sand Saver fixes all that and comes to the rescue. So we want to highlight their pain points and then come in followed with, but you don't have to go through that anymore because we have got this amazing approach to upcycle your sand. So I'm going to be guiding it through creating those sections. And then the SEO part, as we have it write those sections, I'll challenge it on the SEO. I don't think that it's going to be great with what they've written. So we're going to focus on the homepage first. So I'm going to tell it, we're going to focus only on the homepage for now. The idea of upcycling sand over replacing sand is a good one. What are what are some of the challenges that golf course directors and superintendents face with their sand traps? That something like the sand saver can fix. All right. See, now here's the thing. The client knows all this stuff, but doesn't really articulate all of it in the document because we're writing. So we're doing research. So I want to see what it comes back with as far as what these golf courses struggle with managing bunker sand. Contamination and compaction. Over time, bunker sand becomes contaminated with organic matter, soil, debris, and leading to compaction. This affects the sand's playability and drainage. Inconsistent sand quality, high maintenance costs, environmental concerns, drainage issues, labor intensive, aesthetic degradation. How Sandsaver addresses these challenges, restores quality, consistency across bunkers, cost effective solutions. It's an eco friendly approach. It's improved drainage, reduces labor, and enhances aesthetics. So, this is really good. The homepage should articulate these challenges and solutions in a way that resonates with the target audience. Now, had I just said some homepage content for me based on what the client provided, I would have gotten a couple paragraphs, short ones, most likely, and it would not have these kind of compelling things. They're going to make people stand up and take notice and request more information. So if I just flip over to what the basic stuff that the client provided was, so the client, and this is normal. This is not a criticism. This is great that the client provided this, but I just want to show you compared. I hate these pop-ups to what I was able to glean from the research through ChatGPT. So it just says it's a mobile system. It washes away contaminants. It's easy to set up operation. It refreshes your sand, and it's cost effective. But this language is going to be much better from a marketing perspective on the website. So you see how prompting it the right way really helps, and that it's going to make our final product so much better. All right. So we've got these. Now I want to, I mean, we still haven't written any content. I am still training it. And keep in mind, as I'm probing and asking these questions of ChatGPT, it's remembering all this stuff. Assuming, let's just say we start doing social media for this content or for this client down the road, all of this stuff is now in this thread. And as we're having ChatGPT do research and we're leveraging the technology to help us write very compelling posts, it's going to be coming back to this information to decide what to return from our prompts. So all of this training goes in up front and then over time makes the job much easier. People think that ChatGPT, you just get this in an instant. When you get this stuff in an instant, it's not great quality. It is not great marketing language. It is not great in so many ways. There is time that goes into this, and it's not just time. There's expertise that goes into this. Expertise comes from experience. So that's why if you are working with an agency like ours and they tell you that they're using ChatGPT, you should be excited about that. It's not that they are spending less time and charging you more. That is not how it works. This is why I'm showing you this process. There's a lot that goes into this process. Okay. So we've got the challenges, we've got the benefits. Now, I want to say, okay, we want a very compelling headline above the fold of the page in true story brand style. Now, this knows what story brand style is because we pre-trained it in our custom instructions. So let's just see what it comes up with. Okay, so it's just repeating back to me. Good idea. So here we go. Transform your bunkers, save time, money, and the environment with our revolutionary sand upcycling system. Okay, That's okay. Not super excited about it, but transform your bunkers. Save time. Not really sure what transform your bunkers means, but save time, money, and the environment. That's pretty clear with our revolutionary sand upcycling system. Okay. So I'm just going to give it feedback. I'm going to say, that's okay. Um, I don't love the word transform. Um, it's not clear what that means and how it benefits the golf course. I'm going to say story brand reminds us to clearly address the problem we solve up front. Let's see what it comes back with. I'm going to spend too much time on that. Just we'll just probe, push. Okay. And bunker sand woes. Effortlessly maintain perfect playability with our eco-friendly sand cleaning technology. Okay. So my thinking here is I don't love end bunker sand woes. I mean, I know that golf course directors and superintendents, they have sand woes. There's no doubt. But if I find this website and I don't know if they're talking to the golfers themselves, like not being able to get out of the sand, or if they're talking about the sand woes that we have owning, running, maintaining the golf course. I don't like that because it causes a little confusion, and confusion isn't good. However, I do like effortlessly maintain perfect playability with our eco-friendly sand cleaning technology. Okay. So I'm going to tell it. I'm just going to give it feedback. I'm going to push back. Now, again, I'm just going to reinforce this is where experience and expertise comes into play. A lot of people would say, oh, that's great. It's actually not great. It's okay. But the end bunker sand woes doesn't make it clear who this is for. It could be for players. It could be for, they have to dive in further. And people don't like to work that hard. So I'm going to take this sentence and I'm gonna tell it. I like this sentence, but not and bunker Sanders because it's not clear if you are referencing um, players or golf course superintendents. I can't spell that word. Let's work with the first sentence a little more. And the problem solved is effortlessly maintaining perfect playability. And let's look at how you solve it. Sand cleaning technology isn't super clear to me. And it sounds expensive to me. Uh, See what it comes up with. Understood. Okay. It's essential to convey the solution. So it's just repeating back what I said. Okay, here we go. Ever, I can't say that word. Excuse me. Effortlessly achieve pristine bunkers. Our simple, cost effective sand refreshing system keeps your course perfectly playable. Our simple, cost effective, sand refreshing system. I don't like sand refreshing. I like sand cleaning because that's what it does. It cleans the sand. So we're going to take a hybrid. So here's what I'm going to tell it. Okay, I'm gonna take this. So now ChatGPT is given ideas. I am taking pieces of the ideas and putting them together into something that I think is really great. So here's what we're going with for now. I'm saying for now because the client needs to review it too. So I'm going to paste it in here. Effort, oh my gosh. Okay. Effortlessly achieve pristine bunkers. Our simple, cost effective sand cleaning system keeps your course perfectly playable. Okay. I like that. Let's go with that for now. Okay. Now I'm going to tell it, don't change that. This is good. Now let's take that and add a clear call to action. What do you recommend? I could say request a quote. I could say contact us. But what I'm doing is ideating to see if it comes up with something better, something more interesting. Okay, good choice. All right, here we go. See the difference today, request a free demo, and discover how easy your bunker maintenance can be. Oh, I like that. See the difference today, request a free demo. Yeah, I actually like that. Okay, let's go with that. Offers no risk proposition. Yeah, I like it. Highlights ease of use, reiterates the simplicity, placed right below the headline. Yeah, excellent. I love it. Okay, so we have got our headline above the fold. We have our first call to action. All right, now I'm going to come back up here to where I asked it challenges in managing bunker sand, right? So here they are. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to say, all right, you gave me 7 challenges to managing bunker sand. For the next section of this page, I want to highlight those. In bullet form, easy to scan and read, but scan is my preference because people scan. I need an intro paragraph for the challenges. That really makes these challenges sound hard and costly. We want to make it sound hard and costly what they're doing now, because then that positions the sand saver system in a better light. Oh, I really need to try this. I am sick of these things. So the introduction is designed to highlight the severity, emphasize financial and operational impact, and connect with the audience concerned. Following this, the bullet points detailing each will succinctly break down. Does this approach align with your vision? Feel free. Yes, it perfectly aligns. Let me just point out that, again, the questions and the framing that it did here for me, it did because in my pre-programmed custom instructions, I told it to ask questions for clarification or for clarity if it needs it, if it can provide a better response. So that's a really key tip and technique in your custom instructions. Be very specific about how you want it to question you and challenge you before it just spits out some random stuff. So I'm going to say, yes, that's exactly what I want. Thank you. I always want to be on the good side of ChatGPT. So let's see what it comes up with. Okay, you're welcome. It's so nice to work with it when they say, you're welcome. Good idea. Okay, you're welcome. I'm glad to hear it approach. Okay. Oh, dude, don't get lazy on me. Okay, so sometimes it'll do this. I'm like, okay, no, I actually want you, want you to write it. Let's see what it says. Okay, let me develop the bullet points. Okay, expanding on the introduction we crafted earlier. Here they are. Challenges. Okay, so it repeated back. So now don't get frustrated, right? I think I was clear, but clearly I wasn't. So here we go. Okay, so I want you to write it from the perspective of us suggesting they should stop fighting contamination and compaction issues. I'm going to say et cetera. So I'll type all those out again with your current system. Stop fighting contamination and compaction issues. Ignore the typos. It will figure it out with their current system. Uh, the intro paragraph should say something like that, and then list the issues. I want you to write it like it would appear on the website, not like you're talking to me. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. Okay, absolutely. Let's create content that directly speaks to the website visitors. So here we go. Stop fighting a losing battle with your bunker sand. Okay, now that's a good headline. As a golf course superintendent, you're constantly battling, blah, blah, blah. It's time to reconsider your approach you've likely been grappling with. And now that's exactly what I wanted. Contamination and compaction, environmental impact, drainage dilemmas, labor intensive upkeep. It's clear that traditional methods are a constant uphill battle. The good news, there's a better way. Discover how our sand sewer system can transform your approach to bunker maintenance, saving you time, money, and preserving the integrity and beauty of your golf course. Perfect. Okay. Now I want to say, let's add a great call to action to go with this section. See what it comes up with. Okay, to complement the section, the call to action, ready to turn the tide in bunker maintenance. Request your free demo today. Love it. Perfect. Okay. All right. So I've got my headline, the how we solve the problem. I've got the call to action. And then I've got the pain points and why they should stop doing what they're doing right now, because this is so much better. And a call to action. Next section, I want to say, okay, now I want to create the benefits section written in a similar style, like to the site visitor, that really highlights how the sand saver solves those pain points while saving time and money. You can include some intangible benefits too, because there certainly will be some. Let's see what it says. Okay, reimagine your golf course with Sand Saver, where efficiency meets excellence. All right, let's see what else it comes up with here. Revolutionize bunker maintenance, consistently perfect playability, dramatic cost reductions, eco-friendly and sustainable, simplifies workflows, enhanced course aesthetics, boosted player satisfaction and retention. Love that. Love that. I love all of these except I don't like reimagine your golf course with Sand Saver. I don't like that. It's unclear to me what that means. What do you mean reimagine it? The golf course is still going to look the same. Like this is a minor detail. So I don't understand that. So we're gonna challenge that. And then the first one, revolutionize bunker maintenance. I don't know what revolutionize means. Like that sounds hard to me. So I don't love that word. So it says here with Sand Saver, the days of labor intensive, costly bunker upkeep are over. Our innovative system not only streamlines your maintenance process, but also significantly cuts down on the time and expenses traditionally associated with sand care. Okay. So we're saving time and labor. So I just don't love the word revolutionize. So I'm going to challenge it I'm going to do one thing at a time because I don't want to confuse it. So let's challenge it first on the headline. Okay. I love the benefit statements. I don't love the headline. It's not clear what reimagine means. I do love where efficiency meets excellence. Can you give me, let's say, 3 ideas to consider as an alternative? So let's see what it comes up with. Okay, where efficiency meets excellent as a tagline. Like, okay, here we go. Elevate your golf course with Sand Saver. Transform bunker maintenance with Sand Saver. Master your bunkers with Sand Saver. And you know, you're not really elevating the golf course. It's just really bunkers. Okay, so transform your bunker maintenance. That's better because it's talking about the bunkers. Master your bunkers. Yeah, I just think those aren't clear. I'm going to say ditch number one because we're talking bunkers, not the full course. Now I'm telling it this because it's going to remember the feedback I've given it. Like I could totally just not say that, right? I could not give it that feedback and I could just instantly go in and focus on 2 and 3. But I don't want it in the future to come back with that kind of language either. So I'm telling it to completely ditch that. 2 and 3 are better, but I still am not clear on the words transform and master. You don't have to keep the same format and sentence, or let's say headline structure. You don't have to keep where efficiency meets excellence. I just want a quality, clear headline for this benefits section. Let's see what it does. Unlock superior bunker condition with sand saver. Simple, effective, and economical. Hmm. Okay. I don't like unlock, but I could go with superior bunker condition. How about I love superior bunker condition. So experience superior bunker condition with sand saver where efficiency meets excellence. So again, expertise, experience coming in, but prompted with ideas from ChatGPT. So let's just put this together for ChatGPT and so that it's captured in one place. I'm going to say, how about experience superior bunker condition with sound saver where efficiency meets excellence. Let's see what it says. That's a fantastic choice. I'm glad you think so. The headline experience superior bunker condition with sand saver, where efficiency meets experience is clear, engaging, and effectively communicates the core value of sand saver. Okay. So we've got the headline for that section. Now let's go address that first benefit that I didn't like. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this one here. Okay, all right. So now I'm gonna say I love all the benefit language you came up with, but I don't like first one. Okay, what I love most of the benefit language you came up with, but I don't love the first one. So I'm pasting it in there. I don't have to, but I am, just so it's right there. And I'm going to explain. It's more for me than for ChatGPT because it would go back and remember it. But I'm going to be very clear about what I don't like about this one. I don't like the word revolutionize because it sounds hard. The paragraph is all about saving labor, maintenance, and costs in terms of time and expense. What's a better word? Or what's a better lead in for this paragraph? See what it comes up with. Oh, nice. Love that it's doing this in real time. So it's going to give me a couple choices. I understand your concern. Simplify bunker maintenance. I love that. With Sand Saver, bid farewell to the burdens of labor intensive and costly sand upkeep. Our system is designed to streamline your maintenance routines, drastically reducing both the time and expense traditionally involved in sand care. Okay, choice one. Choice two, simplify bunker maintenance. With Sand Saver, the era of intensive, costly bunker upkeep becomes a thing of the past. Our intuitive system effortlessly streamlines your maintenance routine, significantly reducing the time and financial burden traditionally linked to sand care. I actually like them both, However, I like the second one better because I like the era. I like this is a game changer. I really like that. Costly bunker upkeep. So I'm going to go with two. I like two. I like number two. All right. Great choice. Good for roll. No, that was number one. Really? Oh, here's number two. Oh, revised. Okay. Simplify bunker maintenance with sound saver, bid farewell to the burdens. No, it gave me number one. So it does. This is why you have to pay attention. So I'm going to say I like this one. Okay. So I clicked on it. Let's see if it does it now. Nope. Oh, come on. All right. I'm just going to tell it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Simplify bunker maintenance with sound saver, the era of intensive, costly bunker upkeep. Perfect. I like that. Okay. Love it. Thank you. Okay. So now we did the headline, we did the tag underneath, which is how we solve the problem. So the headline is the problem we solve, how we solve the problem, the call to action. And then we had it help us with the challenges that golf courses have maintaining their bunkers. And then the third section, we have the benefits and why Sand Saver to the rescue. And this is a really cool product. So we need a call to action for this section. Let's create a great call to action for this section. See what it comes up with. Okay, it's just repeating back to me. Ready to streamline your bunker maintenance? Discover the simplicity and efficiency of SoundSaver. Take the first step toward reducing maintenance costs and enhancing your course's playability. Contact us for a free consultation. Okay, I like it. That's good. Okay, so now the next section on the website is going to be the credibility section, and that's where we're going to put testimonials because we want to reinforce how this company is the expert, and he hasn't sent us any testimonials yet. So I'm just going to think about what could we do there in the meantime. We'll just set up the space. Maybe he doesn't have testimonials yet. So I'm going to say the next section will be testimonials, but we don't have any yet. Are there some, let's say, statistics or facts that we can include in a visual, let's say, 4-column format that support a golf course implementing Sand Saver into their bunker routine, bunker maintenance routine? Stats are great. It's ease of implementation and stuff like that. So these are just like big kind of calls visually to get people's attention about why, since we don't have testimonials yet, and we can put testimonials in. Okay, so let's see what he comes up with. All right, headline: cut down maintenance time, reduce bunker maintenance time by up to 50% with automated sand cleaning technology, an icon, cost savings, ease of use, uh, environmental impact. Perfect. 90% of superintendents report easier bunker. So now, if you're like me, thinking, where's it getting this data? Good question. I don't know the answer where it's getting the data. So let's ask. Those are awesome. Where are those stats coming from? It's okay to ask, right? If you don't know, just ask. See what it says. Oh, they're illustrative. Aha. Perfect. Good thing we asked. Okay. And then it's telling us where we could actually go get those stats. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass this over to Amanda, who will be designing the site. And I'm going to say, here's some 4 blocks. They're going to go across the screen: time efficiency, cost savings, ease of use, environmental impact. We don't have to actually put hard numbers in there because we know these numbers aren't actual numbers, they're illustrations, but we could still put in the statements: cut down maintenance time. You can reduce bunker maintenance by a lot with automated sand cleaning technology. Slash sand replacement costs. Golf courses can save on annual sand replacement costs. And then we can let the client give us those numbers. But I love the fact that this calls out the things that are going to matter to the people who will be coming to the website to purchase this product. So I'm going to leave this in here and then just alert my designer that these numbers are not actual numbers, but that the language around the numbers is great because there certainly is cost savings. There certainly is time efficiency. There certainly is ease of use, and there definitely is environmental impact. Great. All right. So I've got the whole homepage structured. I've got great content to start with. This is essentially our first draft that we're going to present to the client. And now let's do a closing. Okay. Let's create a closing uh, headline and subhead with a compelling call to action. See what it comes up with. Elevate your golf course experience with Sandsaver. Ugh, I don't want to elevate my golf course experience. I want to elevate my experience maintaining my bunkers, but that's okay. We can modify that. Join the movement toward effortless, cost effective bunker maintenance. All right. Just because I'm feeling a little frisky right now, I'm going to tell it again. Please don't use elevate your golf course experience because we are not talking about the entire golf course. Remove this phrase from all answers going forward. Can you rewrite this? Let's see what it says. Step into the future of streamlined bunker upkeep. Okay, better. It's going into the first draft. So, okay, perfect your bunkers with Sandsaver. Step into the future. Okay, like that. Discover how it revolutionizes maintenance, blending efficiency and cost effectiveness. Transform your bunker maintenance now. Okay. By this point, I could live with transform your bunker maintenance because we have clearly outlined what it does. So now that we understand what it is, the problems that it solves and the benefits, now there might be a transformation going on and it makes more sense. So I'm okay leaving that call to action in there in this case. So I think we're good. I've got enough here that I think is real quality. I wasn't timing this recording, but we're at least 45 minutes in, I think. So now I will take these pieces and assemble them into a diagram to give to my designer, and we will shoot it over to the client um, just for the first draft review and for his inputs and feedback. Once we get a feel that he likes the direction that we've taken this, then we'll build out the other pages from a content perspective because we don't want to get too far into it without his feedback. So this will give him a clear direction on where we're headed with the content for his website. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that gave you insights and some thoughts on how you might be able to leverage ChatGPT in your own business and with your own content needs. I gave you a peek behind the scenes on how I do my job and how MSW Interactive Designs, how our team leverages the technology to help us produce a far superior product for our clients. And it's using ChatGPT, it's doing research, it's challenging it with our marketing expertise and pushing back when something doesn't make sense. We don't take it for what it just spits out the first time. And keep in mind that a lot of what you saw on the return was a result of pre training in our custom instructions in our ChatGPT account that are geared around our agency and the kind of quality and approach that we want to take to marketing and content structure. So your custom instructions make a huge difference in the quality of stuff that you get back, in addition to how you prompt it in each of the threads. So that's it for now. If you want to learn more about custom instructions and programming ChatGPT and creating custom GPTs and all of that, I do a live AI webinar the second Thursday of every month. If you just go to our website, mswinteractivedesigns.com, you can register for that free webinar. It's free if you're a client. It's super cheap if you're not a client. Either way, it's great information. It's a great use of your time. And I challenge you to start leveraging AI in much more that you do because it's not going anywhere. It's only going to get bigger and it's going to be part of our daily lives. All right. See you next time. Sandy Waggett signing off.